Have you ever felt it? That quiet hum beneath the noise of daily life? A sense that you have a deeper potential stirring within you, a feeling you're more than just your thoughts and habits? For centuries, mystics and sages from every corner of the globe have not only felt this, but they've also given it names: Chi, Prana, the Audic force, the Astral Light, the magnetic fluid. The names change, but the core idea is startlingly consistent. There is a fundamental animating energy that flows through you and everything else in existence. Most of us float through life totally unaware of this current, feeling like a leaf tossed in the wind, subject to stress, anxiety, and whatever circumstances come our way. We feel drained, disconnected, and powerless. But what if that feeling of powerlessness is just an illusion? What if you possessed a hidden power that masters have known about for millennia? What if the key to transforming your reality wasn't something you had to find, but something you just had to awaken? In this journey, we're going to pull back the curtain on foundational techniques from both the mystics of the West and the wise ones of the East. We won't just talk theories. We'll give you practical, hands-on tools to perceive, cultivate, and take the first steps in controlling your own vital energy. To start, we need to understand the landscape. The idea of a universal life force is one of humanity's oldest and most persistent concepts. It's a golden thread weaving through countless cultures, each describing it from its own unique point of view. Now, to be clear, we are exploring traditional systems of belief. While the benefits of these practices are very real, modern science hasn't found empirical evidence for a literal vital force, separate from known biological processes. We're approaching this topic with respect for these ancient traditions, seeing them as powerful maps of our inner experience, not literal scientific blueprints. Let's look at two of the most well-known maps: the Eastern concept of Qi and the Western esoteric concept of the magnetic fluid. First, let's turn to the East, where this energy has been known for thousands of years as Qi, pronounced Qi. In traditional Chinese medicine and practices like Qigong, Qi is the very foundation of life. It's what makes your blood circulate, your lungs breathe, and your mind think. According to this tradition, Qi isn't just in you, it is you, and it's also the universe you live in. It's in the air you breathe, the food you eat, and the sunlight on your skin. These traditions believe Qi flows through specific pathways in the body, a network often called meridians. When the flow is smooth and balanced, you have health and vitality. When it's blocked or stagnant, it can lead to illness, fatigue, and emotional distress. While modern anatomy hasn't identified these meridians as physical structures, for a Qigong practitioner, they are a very real energetic reality. At the heart of this system is the lower dantian, located about 2 or 3 finger widths below your navel and a bit inward. This spot is seen as the body's main energy reservoir, a battery for your life force. Many foundational practices focus entirely on gathering and storing Qi in this vital center. Now, let's hop over to the West, where the esoteric traditions developed their own understanding of this power. Here, one of the most prominent terms comes from the 19th century French occultist Eliphas Lévy, who called it a magnetic fluid, or astral light. He described it as a universal subtle substance that permeates all of space and can be shaped and directed by the power of human will and focused imagination. It's the medium through which thoughts become things, and the instrument of what he called magic. Another key figure is Franz Barden. In his systematic training course, Barden describes vital energy not as a single force, but as a composite of elemental forces: fire, air, water, and earth, infused with what he called electric and magnetic fluids. For Barden, this vital force appears as a brilliant golden light that animates all living things. His entire system is built on methodically cultivating this energy within yourself as the first step for any further work. So you have Qi in the East and magnetic fluid in the West. Different names, different cultures, but the core principles are strikingly similar. Both traditions agree that this energy is universal. It's intimately connected to the breath. And most importantly for us, it can be influenced and directed by the focused human mind. This is the key that unlocks the door. It's not enough to know this energy exists. You have to learn to use the control panel, your own consciousness. If vital energy is the river, your mind is the engineer who builds the dams and channels to direct its flow. Every authentic tradition of energy work, from Himalayan monasteries to the hidden orders of Europe, agrees on one non-negotiable principle: energy follows thought. Where you place your attention, energy gathers. This is the absolute foundation. Without it, any physical exercise is just movement. It lacks the inner dimension that makes it a true energy practice. The mind's control panel has three main functions you need to master: concentration, visualization, and intention. First and most important is concentration. It's the ability to hold your attention on a single point, shutting out everything else. In our modern world, this is a dying art. We're trained for distraction, our focus shattered by a constant storm of notifications and endless feeds. To work with vital energy, you have to reclaim this power. Franz Barden states in his work Initiation into Hermetics that concentration is the indispensable first step. A scattered mind leads to scattered energy. A focused mind becomes a laser beam. Think of your mind like a magnifying glass. Wave it around and the sun's rays are weak. But hold it perfectly still, and you can focus the light to start a fire. Your concentration is that stillness. The second function is visualization. While concentration is about holding the mind steady, visualization is about shaping its content. This isn't just idle daydreaming. It's the art of creating a clear, vivid, sensory image in your mind. When Eliphas Levi talked about shaping the magnetic fluid, he was talking about using the power of a trained imagination. If you want to move energy from your feet to your hands, you first have to vividly imagine and feel that movement. You create a mental blueprint, and the energy flows into it. It can be tough at first. The key is to engage as many senses as possible. Don't just see the golden light Barden described. Try to feel its warmth, sense its weight, and maybe even hear its subtle hum. The more real it is in your mind, the more real its effects will be in your body. The third function is intention. Intention is the arrow, the guiding will that gives your practice purpose. Concentration provides the power. Visualization provides the form. But intention gives the command. It's the difference between just watching energy flow and telling it where to go and what to do. Western traditions, especially from figures like Barden, put huge emphasis on cultivating a purified will. In Qigong, the intention is often softer, more about harmonizing with nature's flow. But the principle is the same. You have to be clear about what you're trying to achieve. Are you gathering energy for vitality? Circulating it for health? Your intention sets the task. These three skills, concentration, visualization, and intention, are the invisible engine behind it all. Before even starting the physical practices, it's wise to start training the mind. Try this right now. Sit quietly and hold the image of a simple apple in your mind for 1 minute. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. This is the first and most important push-up for your will. By training your mind, you're taking the first true step from being a passive observer to becoming the conscious architect of your inner world. While the mind is the architect, the body is the laboratory where the work happens. It's the vessel that has to be prepared to hold the energy you cultivate. A tense, unhealthy body is like a leaky bucket. No matter how much you pour in, it'll just seep out. So, our practical work starts with the physical form, with practices designed to relax the body, deepen the breath, and build a sensitivity to the subtle currents within. The gateway to this inner world is the breath. In every tradition, breath is the bridge between the conscious and unconscious, the physical and the non-physical. It's the one bodily function we can do both automatically and with deliberate control. By taking control of the breath, you start to influence the deeper systems of the body, calming your nervous system and creating the inner stillness needed for energy work. Let's start with a technique so simple it's often overlooked, yet so profound it can be a lifetime practice: abdominal breathing. This is how babies naturally breathe, a deep, restorative breath that gets replaced by the shallow chest breathing of a stressful life. To rediscover it, get comfortable. Sit in a chair with your spine straight but not stiff, or lie on your back. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your lower belly. Close your eyes. Now, as you breathe in through your nose, guide the breath down so that the hand on your belly rises, while the hand on your chest stays relatively still. Feel your abdomen expand. As you exhale slowly, let your belly fall. The key is relaxation, no straining or forcing. Just gentle rhythmic breathing. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, the belly softens. Practice this for 5 to 10 minutes a day. This does two things. First, physiologically, it stimulates the vagus nerve, shifting you out of fight or flight and into a rest and digest state. It's the ultimate antidote to modern anxiety. Second, from an energetic perspective, you're drawing breath and the qi it contains down into the lower dantian, that crucial energy reservoir. You're starting to bring your energy home. Once you're comfortable with abdominal breathing, You can try a cornerstone of Qigong, embracing the tree or the Wuji stance. This is one of the most powerful exercises for cultivating a strong sense of Qi. Stand with your feet parallel and shoulder width apart. Soften your knees slightly, like you're about to sit on a high stool. Keep your spine naturally straight. Let your shoulders drop. Hold your arms in front of you, rounded as if you're hugging a big tree. Your palms should face your chest, a few inches apart. Rest your tongue lightly on the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. Now just breathe, using the abdominal breathing you've practiced. As you stand here, engage your visualization. With each inhale, imagine drawing energy up from the earth through the soles of your feet and down from the heavens through the crown of your head. See these streams meet and mingle in your lower dantian. With each exhale, feel yourself becoming more rooted and relaxed. Hold this for as long as you comfortably can, even just a few minutes to start. When you finish, slowly lower your hands over your lower dantian and take a few final breaths, consciously storing the energy you've gathered. Next, a foundational practice from the Western tradition, taught by Franz Barden, pour breathing. Get into a comfortable position and calm yourself with abdominal breathing. Now focus on one part of your body, like your foot. With each inhale, visualize your body as a sponge. Imagine every pore in your foot opening and breathing in pure, golden, vital energy from the space around you. Feel your foot becoming saturated with this warm, vibrant energy. With each exhale, visualize any tension or negativity being expelled and dissolving. Once you can genuinely feel a sensation, warmth, tingling, fullness in your foot, expand the practice. Breathe into both feet, then your legs, your torso, your arms, until with a single inhalation, you can feel your entire body breathing, filling itself with light. This practice directly trains your mind to direct energy and charges your whole system like a battery. Finally, a simple exercise to develop raw sensitivity. Rub your palms together vigorously for about 30 seconds. Then, slowly pull them about 6 inches apart, palms facing each other. Quiet your mind and just feel. You might sense warmth, pressure, tingling, or a gentle magnetism. Play with it. Move your hands closer, then further apart, and notice how the sensation changes. So what's going on here? In these traditions, tingling or warmth is seen as the direct perception of qi or magnetic fluid. And for your practice, that's a useful way to think about it. Scientifically, these feelings can be explained by increased blood flow, nerve stimulation, and the power of focused attention. Honestly, both perspectives can coexist. You can acknowledge the physiological explanation while using the sensation as a biofeedback tool to sharpen your focus. Learning to work with vital energy means taking profound responsibility for your own state of being. This path isn't about getting powers to feed your ego or control others. The authentic traditions, East and West, are unanimous. Energetic development must go hand in hand with ethical development. Cultivating immense energy without wisdom and compassion is like building a powerful weapon with no safety switch. A recipe for disaster. Western esotericists like Franz Barden were adamant that self-mastery is the prerequisite for any real magic. This meant a ruthless self-analysis to understand one's own flaws and psychological shadows. The goal was to become a clear, stable vessel, so the energy could be directed by a higher will, not by fleeting desires. The message is clear. First, master yourself, then you may master the forces. Similarly, Qigong is deeply rooted in Taoist principles of harmony and balance. The aim isn't to impose your will on reality, but to harmonize your personal energy with the larger energy field of nature. A Qigong master feels an intimate connection to the world, which fosters reverence and responsibility. To harm another is to create a disturbance, not just externally, but within your own system. This brings us to a few crucial tips. First, be patient and consistent. You're developing a subtle sense, like learning to taste the nuances in wine. It takes time. 10 minutes of practice every day is infinitely better than 2 hours once a month. Second, listen to your body. Some discomfort, like tired muscles in a Qigong stance, is part of growth, but sharp pain is always a signal to stop. These practices should be gentle. If you feel dizzy or unwell, stop and rest. An aggressive, forceful attitude can lead to imbalances. Finally, combine the physical exercises with mental training. Don't just go through the motions. Engage your mind and intention fully. And always ask yourself why you're doing this. Is it for health, for peace, for a deeper connection to life? Let that positive intention fuel your journey. By integrating the physical, mental, and ethical, you're on a path not just to vitality, but to wisdom and wholeness. This is a deep and rewarding journey, and you now have the maps and the first set of keys. But knowledge is just talk until it's applied. The real change begins when you take this off the screen and into your life. So here's your invitation. Choose one exercise we talked about, maybe the simple abdominal breathing or the hand sensing exercise. Commit to practicing it for just 5 minutes a day for 1 week. That's it. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. This is a community of explorers, and your experience is valuable. What did you feel? Warmth, tingling, a sense of calm? There are no wrong answers. By sharing, you not only solidify your own practice, but also help us all learn and grow on this path together. We've traveled from the ancient philosophies of the East to the esoteric schools of the West. We've seen that under all the different names, ki, prana, magnetic fluid, lies a universal human intuition about a vital, animating force. We've learned that the key to influencing this force isn't some exotic ritual, but the focused power of your own mind, concentration, visualization, and intention. And we've explored the foundational practices that unlock your body's potential to feel and cultivate this energy. Remember, these are truly just the first steps. This isn't a destination, it's the opening of a door. The tools are here, but mastery comes from your own patient, dedicated practice. The path to controlling your vital energy is ultimately the path of self-knowledge and a deeper connection to the very fabric of life. The most empowering truth is that you don't need to look outside yourself for this power. It's already within you. It's in the air you're breathing right now, in the beat of your own heart, in the quiet stillness between your thoughts. It is your birthright. Your journey is not one of getting something new, but of awakening what's already there. Awaken to the power within, and you begin to awaken to a new reality.